I will say I had never heard this song before. All right. So this wasn't a song I'd heard before. I
Are you
hadn't heard
being
it before.
dead serious?
I am dead serious. I swear to you. I thought maybe I had heard it when I was like, oh, because I like Linda Ronstadt, and I'm like, oh, and then I heard it. I'm like, I don't think I've ever heard this
All
song
right,
before.
play me a quick clip because I want to make sure that you have the right song queued up that you've been listening to because I find it amazing you've never heard this song.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chris and Amanda's Song Swap Showdown. We're so happy that you can join us all today for another outstanding episode of the show. Whether you're joining us live or you're listening to the replay of this wherever you get podcasts or also on streaming platforms like Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, thanks for giving us some of your very precious time. Believe me, it's not lost on us. Not lost on us.
Absolutely.
Today we've got I'd say I think this is a first for us in a way. I mean, not the themes. We've been doing themes for a while now, a long time now.
Yeah.
But you had a really interesting idea, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna feel it. Amanda's been on a flow lately with a lot of the themes. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna go with this one, but I like it. It's fun. So Amanda, what is today's theme?
Today's theme is the best wedding songs, but not just wedding songs. Like I subcategorized these wedding songs. There was rules to this theme this week. So the first one had to be like the Bride and Groom dance. And then the second one had to be the daddy-daughter dance song. And then third, but not last, was the reception kickoff. Like you start dancing song. So I really broke it down into like just not wedding songs, but like, hey, Chris, this is what I expect from you this week.
Yes, and expect from me you did. And this was cool though. I gotta say this was just challenging in a sense of narrowing it down to the songs, because I've often actually thought about the songs that I have thought about the songs, right? But when my girls get married, it's not necessarily my wedding. So
for sure.
Right. So the songs that I would maybe want to hear are like going to be, especially the father-daughter dance. Like I know there's songs that I would want, but there are songs that I know that the girls are gonna be like, no. Dad, no, we're not using your music. We're picking something that we want, and they have every right to, right? So it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know if I'm gonna like what you've got, but it's interesting. So I like this discussion. This is a good topic. This is a good topic for us to talk about today.
It is. And so there's a couple of reasons why we're doing this. And so let's give you a little story behind the scenes here. So first and foremost, we are embracing the wedding season that is about to happen. I mean, so many people get like married in the spring. It is now, spring has sprung, which means weddings are everywhere.
That is correct.
Also, our very own Chris Baglio here. I don't know if you all know this or not, but he officiated his first wedding a couple of weeks back, and he just killed it. And I was so proud of him that's also kind of what stemmed into this idea, or where it stemmed for, rather. So, Chris, talk a little bit about you are literally a jack of all trades. Oh my gosh, look at this.
Look at that. My official certification of ministry, credentials of ministry from the Universal Life Church.
I love it, with a seal on it and everything.
Seal of approval, seal of authenticity.
That is legit.
It is super legit. I think I got a little card too. Oh yeah, they give you this little thing.
Oh my gosh. So listen, Chris has now added to his services that he provides everyone. He will now officiate the wedding. He's a clergy.
They give you a nice little kit.
What a packet. What a packet.
He really is.
So, I mean, he has leveled up his skills and his field of expertise here, but
that's right. To all of our faithful listeners and our whole community out there, that is right. You can have me, Minister Chris Vaglio, officiate your wedding ceremony. That's it. If you want to make that happen, you can make it happen. I am official. I can do it in all states. I have the power to marry two people.
The power
in their love. The power. I have so much power now.
So listen, Marcus and
I got a certificate with
a
seal on it.
You did. And if you are only listening to this, you absolutely have to go to the YouTube version and look at the flair this man has from this new career of his. But listen, Chris, Marcus and I flirted around with the idea for years that we would do like a 20 year, like renewing our vows things. All right. Well, 20 years has come and gone. So now we're aiming for 25. So if we really renew our vows in 25 years, you're a man.
I am happy and privileged to do it. So thank you.
We'll come to you, or we'll fly you and Rachel somewhere fun with us.
Ooh.
Your payment can be in vacation.
I will take
Let's go to Hawaii. Let's go to Hawaii.
Let's do it. Let's go. Let's do it.
And you know what? I don't want to downplay the fact that you have this, but Marcus also has it. Because he officiated a wedding a few years back. So could we exchange services? Marcus renews your and Rachel vows, and you renew ours?
May have to, because our 25 has come and gone as of last year. So now we're I guess 30. Guess we have to go on 30 now.
Okay. All right. Let's do this. All right. We are planning our future in your eyes.
That's right. You guys are hearing this all real time right now.
Real time stuff. And Chris is like, I can't tell you no on a live show.
I'm not going to tell you no.
Ian.
It's some good check-ins here. So Ian, with Into My Arms by Aussie, Nick Cave is a great wedding song. Oh, good. I don't know if I've heard that, Ian, so I'm going to have to check that out. Dave Mattingly with I'm a part-time teacher, but totally unlicensed, untrained, and unordained. I'm a rogue operative for the Lord. And Ian coming back in with go to Australia for 25th. It's great here. I wish I had done that for my 25th, but
listen, we
did Curacao.
I think instead. It probably would it take just as long to get to Australia for us as it would Hawaii? Chris, I bet it's not much of a difference.
It's longer. I don't know. It might be longer. I don't know.
Because we're on the East Coast, everyone. So to get to Hawaii, there's no straight flight, obviously. It's a long venture. I wonder.
We'll have to Google that.
We're going to have to Google that. Ian, I think you just put some ideas into at least Amanda's head.
Yeah.
Chris just has to deal with them sometimes.
What is further from, if I'm putting in from New Jersey, what is further from New Jersey? Hawaii.
Listen, everyone, we know you tuned in for a live show about music, but we promise this is all like just tying together.
Australia. What is furthest from New Jersey? Oh, it didn't even answer the question.
Oh man.
I said Hawaii or Australia, and it didn't give me the answer to that.
Which is a closer flight.
Hold on. I'm gonna
we need to know this. We definitely need to know this. Our inquiring minds. Ian's
Australia. The farthest place on Earth from New Jersey is a few hundred miles southwest of Australia. The farthest country from New Jersey is Australia.
Oh,
that's what it says. That's what it says.
All right, so maybe it's a little further.
Maybe it's a little further than Hawaii.
Maybe a smidge, but I think what a fun destination it would be. I could convince Owen to go on that. I'd be pretty sure.
That would be pretty good.
I think your girls would say yeah to a trip to Australia too.
Oh, they most certainly would. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a way to get our families together. Yes. All right.
Oh yeah.
We've got a few years to get this situated.
We do. We've got a few years to plan this one out. So that's very good.
For sure. All because we had a show called the Wedding Song Show, and boom, here we are going to Australia.
Yeah.
You see how we did that, right, people?
you got it. You got it.
Yeah, this is how we do our stuff. But anyway, So Chris,
Anyway.
For those new to our show, they may understand or not understand our complicated 5-record rating. And so, listen, folks, if you're new here, 1 records is like, we never want to hear the song again. And it is a dumpster fire. Yeah. It's a wah, 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 wah.
It's a fail.
It is a fail, no doubt. But if it's a 5-record song, it is like angels singing.
Heavenly music to our ears.
Yeah, and it will forever live on our playlist, if not playlist with an S.
Yeah.
So that's our complicated rating.
And Dave checking back in with the actual math. Thank you, Dave. New Jersey to Australia is 22 hours. New Jersey to Hawaii is 12 hours.
So what? All right. Just a glimpse into my brain. In my brain, I was like, it's not that much further. It's double the travel time, double the distance, clearly.
That's right.
That's Amanda. That's Amanda.
Our 2.5 million view Amanda.
Yeah. What he's referring to is I had a fun TikTok that hit a couple mil, and that was fun. Mil. It's a couple mil. It's a one-time thing. So Chris is allowing me to just like continue to butter that bread and just play along with it because we know it's gonna go away.
I don't like this attitude.
Just think statistically, like virality. Is that the word? Virality. I figured if I said it obnoxiously enough, it sounded close enough to the real world if it was wrong.
Yes.
Statistically, it's almost impossible to continue to do, right?
Right.
Especially when you have very few followers. So I just think I'm really enjoying it. Would I love to do more? Am I going to keep grinding like I want more million views? Absolutely. But I'm not going to be like hard on myself if it doesn't go that way.
Right. Well, that's fine.
Because spoiler alert, everyone who goes to maybe check out my TikTok channel, it's of me tapping an egg on the little butt with a spoon.
Right.
Like there's nothing that should have.
If you all want to know the secret to being successful at TikTok, just visit Amanda's account and you will see what true success is.
And it's that's what people want.
And it sums it up. Yep. You can work so hard on lots of video content, but I'll tell you what really sells. Amanda has figured it out.
It's so sad because I post daily videos. I worked hard, and that was the thing. But I'll take it. I will take it, and I appreciate it.
It is a huge win. It is a big, big win.
It is, and I enjoyed it. So thank you for that, Chris. I mean, it's been a big week for us. Millions of views. You're ordained. I mean, here we are.
It's huge. What is going on? I love it. Let's keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. All right. So let's give the people what they want.
Yes.
Which is us rating and talking about and rating songs. It's what they want. At least I tell myself it's what they want. It's what it's what they pay us for. Or I mean, that's what they come here for. All right. So who's going first this week?
You know what? I'll go first this week.
All right. So the category that we're going to be talking about first here are Bride and Groom dance. First dance.
Yes.
The first dance song. Now, I will say my first dance song to our wedding was not the song I gave you, although it was on our list. It was an alternate version. This was actually either the first or second song we had picked together. But what wound up becoming the song that we danced to was the Beatles' "I Will." That was our wedding song. But this was on the list, and the only reason why we didn't actually go through with the songs, we felt like it was too fast for us to dance to. However, in our heads, it's still our go-to wedding song. If we had to do it again, I think we would probably just do it. That's just my perspective on it.
The vow renewal, here we go, right? I think this is the perfect time to utilize that one. And so I did not have a list of songs when we were choosing our wedding song. There was a song, and it was Frank Sinatra's "The Way You Look Tonight." And to your point, it was too fast to dance to. And so we looked like idiots, or at least felt like idiots. So I am so glad you took that into consideration, because my song choice today would not be the same because of that factor. So I think that that was very wise. So your song, Just Like Heaven by The Cure, was your Bride and Groom dance song that you chose for this list. And at first when I was like, The Cure, is there going to be a song that, you know, can really be paced out for this type of song? And I was like, listen, I'm going to do it. And I didn't realize that I knew this song.
Yeah,
as soon as it started, I was like, this can't be that song. Oh, it is.
It is that song. It is that song. This is like one of the most popular Cure songs that, I mean, they've had a lot of hits, but this is actually a song Robert Smith himself said, this is the best song I've ever written, and I will never write a song as good as this song.
It's a beautiful song. It really is. It has. Yeah. Now, I guess when I'm rating these songs, I'm rating them on the way that it applies to that reception. And is it if it was almost me dancing to this song, and I feel like, and maybe let's talk this out. The intro is a little long. Do we feel that there would be an awkwardness to that dance in the beginning because there's no words? What are your thoughts on that?
So my thoughts are usually this. DJs at these receptions will usually do an edited version, or they'll pick a point in the song to like kind of come in. Okay. So while there is a very long intro to the song, which I agree with, they would probably start it a little bit more in and then come up, you know, and kind of like fade up on it into like the whole like, show me, huh? You know, like get into like the lyrical part. So I would, and usually too, most weddings I've been to now, they don't usually play the full song. Like they'll play like the first like 60 seconds of it and then kind of come down. Like they move the show along, you know? So it's like, so you don't usually get the full song and all that. So I could see this song being quote unquote edited.
Okay.
Yeah, condensed for the wedding, the first dance.
And I'll admit, I haven't went to a wedding or a reception in quite some time because I'm in between. And good morning, Mark Ronick. Mark Ronick coming in and saying good morning. Thank you for being here. I'm in between those ages. Like my friends are just now getting to the age where their kids are going to be having weddings. But we've got probably, I don't know, even maybe another 3 or 4 years. So unless it's family or it happens to be an older friend's child, we don't really have weddings that we're going to just because of our age. We're right in the middle. So I guess it's been a long time since I went to a wedding that I noticed that they've condensed down like because I feel like it used to take forever, and people would like those dances, like the bride groom dance would be forever, and then the daddy daughter dance would be forever, and then the bridal party dance would be forever.
So I've had the benefit or misfortune, however you want to look at it, of being to actually like, and this is no joke, hundreds of weddings. Not because I'm a celebrant or a minister. That's very new. When I started my career in video production, the first thing that we started doing was weddings. It was like, you know, we made money, pretty good money doing weddings. And so my weekends were Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sundays, but mostly Fridays and Saturdays for like during wedding season, all the way through the summer, beautiful, booked with weddings. Yeah. And so I've had the opportunity to see hundreds of wedding receptions and see how different receptions are done and music and how the music is used and all that. And I've seen some really cool things. I've seen some really awful ideas. But normally what I'd see is that the first song is kind of condensed to speed up, especially if it's a long song. Because, I mean, you've got long songs. I mean, this song in itself is also, I think it clocks in at, if I can see what the runtime is on this song. Yeah, this song clocks in. I mean, okay, so this song is actually not so bad. It clocks in at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. But I mean, there are some songs that are like, 5-6 minutes long that people play. Yeah. And I mean, geez, I mean, that's a long time for the bride and groom to be up there. It's a long time for like the crowd to be sitting around and waiting. So I think that when the DJs will do like sort of that 60 to 90 second condensed version of a song, I think it's good. It's good for everybody. It's good for the party. And it keeps it moving. So this is a song that I can see working in a condensed version for the bride and groom to dance. So
Absolutely. I like it.
That's which now going back, I wish I'd thought of that when we picked it, when we picked it, but didn't pick it for our song. But I still think it would have been too fast for us to dance to because I can't dance. I'm just not a dancer. So there's that too. Like my wife can dance. She's a good dancer. She likes to dance, but like I'm not. And so there's also that like, oh geez, I don't want to fall on her, step on her feet and look like a total goofball. I mean, I normally look like a goofball, but I don't want to look like a goofball at our wedding. So
yeah, during that moment, for sure.
Right. Yeah.
So do you got a little clip of this that you're gonna play, Chris?
Yeah. Here we go. Let's
listen to a little
if you've
bit
never heard, Just Like Heaven by The Cure.
Yeah.
Here's a little sample. And of course, you can check out all these songs on our Spotify playlist, Song Swap Showdown 2023 playlist, which you can get by using the link below in the.
That's got some nice.
I mean,
it would have been hard to dance to.
It is. It's a faster song, but
it's a good song.
Lyrics, these lyrics just the best.
Obviously, you almost would want to like shimmy a little.
Yeah, it's the 80s.
It's like someone has a guitar in their hands and they're just
happy God music.
This is lovely. This is a lovely song.
It is. It is a lovely song. Did you know this? And here's something else that's just, listen, I love The Cure. And by the way, I kudos to Robert Smith from The Cure for going after Ticketmaster the way he has been for this new tour. I mean, he actually went after them, got them to refund people on their ticket fees. Like, guy is amazing. I love Robert Smith from The Cure. Thank you for being a champion to all fans everywhere. But check this out. You would love this fact, Amanda. So Robert Smith from The Cure has been married to the same woman since he and her were so they had met when they were 14 years old. Mary Poole was his girlfriend. And in 1988, a year after Just Like Heaven was released, they got married and they're still together today. Can you his high school his school sweetheart. His high school sweet 14 years old, they met and they got married, and not at 14.
Of course not. Yeah,
they got married, but they're still together. And this song is a love song, and it's about her. It's just amazing.
That is, bravo to them, because we know the statistics. We don't know the exact statistics, but the statistics are damning when you come into fame that marriages don't a lot of times last. So I think that they're still married and for so long. And they were high school sweethearts. What a sweet story.
I know. So now when you listen to Cure songs, and listen, I know not every Cure song is the most happy, but I got to tell you, I think Robert Smith, The Cure, like they write the most beautiful love songs, and this is one of them. This is up there for me as one of the greatest love songs. I know it's not slow, but it is a love song nonetheless, and it is a beautiful love song. This is a song I wish was our wedding song because my wife and I are both huge Cure fans. So that's why it's on this list for me, because it's still one that's like in my head. Yeah. But we're huge Beatles fans, and I love the fact that we picked I Will, which wasn't always like a standard Beatles song, and we liked it because the lyrics for that are absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. But Just Like Heaven would have been the one that we probably would have really liked to have had on it. Well, you know what else? We also had Modern English Melt With You on there too, which is also another fast song.
I just really appreciate you have the memory for all of that, because this is going to sound so bad. I can't remember the song that I danced to with my dad to. Mm-hmm. I cannot remember.
You can't?
No. And I tried to find it.
The song that I danced to with my mother was a Kenny Rogers song. That one I can't remember the name of it. She probably remembers it. If you're listening, Mom, let us know in the comments.
And Marcus danced with my mom at the wedding, and I can't think of that song. And I have the video of our wedding, but I don't really have a VCR to play it in to recall it. So I feel so bad that I don't even remember the daddy-daughter dance that I danced with my own father to. But listen, I mean, it happens. I barely remember what Marcus and I danced to.
I'm sure it was an Elvis song.
No, it was, Frank Sinatra, The Way You Look Tonight. But,
that's right, The Way You Look Tonight.
Yeah. So I know that one, but that's only because I can laugh about how bad it was. Had it went well, I would probably had to go, what song did we dance to? Those are things, but Marcus probably remembers because he remembers he remembers the color shirt I was wearing the first time we met.
Mm-hmm.
He remembers it all. Dates, like it's quite remarkable. I'm just not that person. Yeah, I'm not that person in our relationship. But
that's impressive.
It is. It is. All right. So let's rate Just Like Heaven.
All right. So let's get to the ratings of Just Like Heaven. So where does it rate for you on a scale of 1 to 5 records, Amanda Sharp? And I know you're probably taking a few things into account, which I understand because that's part of the rating system. So where does this rank for you?
So I think I think you helped me with the editing of the long intro. I think so. I don't want to hit that so hard because I think that's fixable. The pace of the song is not something that would be manipulated. It would stay true to it. So I think with that taken into consideration, I'm going to put this one in at a 3.5.
All right.
Because I don't know that it's the perfect wedding song, but I can see why you chose it. It's just I can't quite get past how I felt dancing a fast-paced song at my wedding, so I just can't give it a 4 because of that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Very complicated, I know, and maybe unfair. But if I had to rate this on just a regular show, it would have been a 4 record for sure. Just want to throw that in there.
All right. All right. No, I get your line.
For those who are listening, he's giving the look like, okay.
Okay. No, I know where you're coming from on this. See, and the things for me is like some of this is how my mind works. I'm like certain things supersede that, but then again, like I know in the context of what we were talking about, like so in the context of the theme of the show, I've got to deal with the fact that yes, the reason why we didn't pick it was hard to dance to for us. It may not be hard for others, but for us it was hard to do. So we decided not to do it. So I could see in the context of our theme today why it would get an under 4 rating. However, I just feel like that this song just deserves a 5 in my universe. But that's that's me.
Of course. All right.
Of course.
No offense meant.
No offense meant. None taken. All right. So your oh boy. Thank you all for hanging out and listening to us while we get through this show. Appreciate you all. All right. So your song to me for First Dance is Don't Know Much with Aaron Neville, featuring the one and only Linda Ronstadt and Aaron Neville. Now I will say I had never heard this song before. All right, so this wasn't a song I'd heard before.
Are you being dead serious?
I am dead serious. I swear to you. I thought maybe I had heard it when I was like, oh, because I like Linda Ronstadt, and I'm like, oh, and then I heard it. I'm like, I don't think I've ever heard this song before.
Play me a quick clip because I want to make sure that you have the right song queued up that you've been listening to because I find it amazing. You've never heard this song.
Don't Know Much, right?
Yeah,
that's the song. Yeah,
well, prove it to me. Play it.
All right, here's a clip.
That's all right. How have you never heard this song?
Never heard this song.
Look at this face.
Yeah, I never heard this song.
Ian is coming insane. Chris, where have you been?
Look at this light.
I don't know. Under a rock, I guess.
I don't know where it's going.
See, I'm the one under a rock.
Anyone who's listening right now live, can you believe that he has not heard this song?
I swear. I mean, you know how I am. If I've heard a song, I tell you that, right? I've not heard this song before.
I'm so shook. So, oh my gosh, when she comes in, that is so beautiful. Oh,
yeah, Linda Ronstadt's great.
So, a couple reasons why I'm shocked. One, because the song I felt was such a popular wedding song, and you've done weddings now, like hundreds of weddings, like you've been around. I would have assumed it would have been played as a slow song or something at the reception.
Now, it might have been.
Oh my gosh, Dave Mettenley.
Now I'm gonna say. I have not heard this one either. All right, Dave. So see, I don't feel like such a loser. So I'm sure, and the thing is, I'm sure it was probably played at one of those wedding receptions. I just, it's just like you're there to work, so you're like just focused on getting shots. But yeah, I don't. So I'm sure it's been played. I just, I don't know. It just is a song. I'm like, I mean, it sounds familiar, but I don't. I can't place ever having like, oh, I remember, like it didn't hit me.
Sure, okay.
It did not hit me like I've heard this song. This is who sings it. Like, so I will concede to the fact that I've probably heard it at some point, but never like really kind of paid it any mind. How's that?
I feel like Dave is like pulling off April Fools on me that he never heard. Dave of all people has
It's not
not
April
heard.
Fools anymore.
So Dave and Chris, who might know more about music than most people in this world, haven't heard this. And so I guess, and then the other factor of why I am shocked that you haven't heard it is,
and I've listened to this more than once.
He was made fun of sometimes because of the way he like holds on to the note, and he was, I think, even like on a Saturday Night Live skit of them making fun of it.
Oh no, Aaron Neville's an amazing talent, or was. I mean, he passed away, but
sure.
But no, his voice is I mean, he's got his style, and it's like
his style,
it's
right?
It's easy to goof on his style, but doesn't but he's still an amazing singer. I mean, gosh,
and
can you imagine having a voice like that? What a gift!
No kidding. All right. I'm past being shocked. I'm gonna. The floor is yours now. I'm sorry. I totally took over your time.
Nope. It is okay. Apparently, I just rocked your world. So
you did.
It's very hard for me to do that. So I was happy to do it. So a little bit of history about this song I thought was interesting, considering it wasn't recognizable to me off the bat. But so this is a husband and wife songwriting team of Barry Mann and Cynthia Weil wrote this song with Tom Snow, who was known for his work with music for movies. He wrote the score for Footloose and also the music for the song Let's Hear It for the Boy, which was used in the movie. The song first appeared on Mann's self-titled album in 1980. Bill Medley recorded it in 1981, and Bette Midler released a version called All I Need to Know in 1983. Did you know that Bette Midler had a version of this song?
I did not know that. I'm going to have to, I'm writing that down to listen to it.
I didn't know if you knew that or not. So this version, obviously, is done by Linda Ronstadt and Aaron Neville, which, by the way, charted number 2 on the US charts and number 2 on the UK charts. And this is all coming courtesy of songfacts.com, by the way. So you can always go to songfacts.com and look up all these facts, which is where thank God for songfacts.com helping us out with this show. But interesting story here. So Linda Ronstadt met Aaron Neville at the 1984 World's Fair when they both were performing there and realized their mutual admiration. When they decided to work together, they picked this song, which was brought to their attention by producer Steve Tyrell. Peter Asher, who was Ronstadt's manager at the time, produced a track. He had a hit called A World Without Love as part of a duo, Peter and Gordon, in 1964. His sister Jane was also Paul McCartney's girlfriend, by the way. All goes back to the Beatles somehow.
It always does.
Yeah. So this version of the song won a Grammy for Best Vocal Performance by a Pop Duo or Group. And Ronstadt and Neville would team up once again for another Grammy-winning song, All My Life, which earned the same prize in 1990. There was another version of the song recorded in 2000 by Barry Mann. And it goes on and on and on. But and Linda Ronstadt told The Guardian that she's always loved Aaron Neville singing. He has a certain singing style related to a French Baroque opera, which got imported into the American South in the 18th century, she explained. His falsetto is very evocative of that, and that the Creole nation was very interesting to me. So Linda Ronstadt totally showering admiration upon Aaron Neville. And by the way, if you have not watched the Linda Ronstadt documentary,
I have not.
It is awesome. It is awesome. You must watch it. It is just fascinating story of her life and what she's done and still continues to do, even though she's not singing anymore because she's not very capable of singing due to her illness. But man, what a powerful documentary, and she's on it and she talks. It's very good. So I totally recommend watching it. So oh wow, a lot of comments going on right now. But so this song, okay, so I've listened to the song several times already. So
this is where it starts.
Unpopular opinion. I gotta be completely honest with you. So I think the song is sweet. The lyrics are sweet. It's very endearing. All right. So I think the lyrics are great. I will say this about the song though, and I like Linda Ronstadt. and I think Aaron Neville, like two amazing talents, I find this song completely boring. I'm just gonna say, it is long and boring and repetitive, and I don't know, it just doesn't move me in a way that I guess it should. And that's just, I may have to do it. Taste, although, I like a lot of things. I'm not.
You do,
of
course.
I know I'm the resident rock, metal, punk, hardcore guy on the show, like extreme stuff. But like, I do really enjoy all types of music. I really do. This song I've listened to a few times.
Sure.
So I don't want to I don't want to cut the talent, right? So you know me, I don't cut on talent. I'm
no,
not
right.
like that. That's not my. I just feel like that the song was not written for me. It wasn't written for me or my tastes, or I don't know. Not. I don't know if I would ever choose this song to be the dance. I don't know if Rachel would choose this song. And Rachel loves a lot of stuff too. I don't know what she would feel about. I have to ask her about.
You're gonna have to ask Rachel
and see how she feels about it. She actually may be like, I know this song. So. I don't know if I've just a collective gasp upon all of our listeners being like, "How dare you?" But I mean, listen, I'm not going to go as far as giving it a 2 record or anything like that. That's not okay. It's not a 2 record song. Okay. I still think it's a just the fact that you have 2 talented people on this record, like singing, it's just great. I mean, I agree. When Linda Ronstadt comes in, her voice is like butter.
Butter.
I just didn't like this song.
Okay, all right.
I just couldn't get into it. I'm sorry. I don't want to. Now, if you could watch the video version, everybody, you need to see the look on Amanda's face as she's very disappointed I didn't like her song.
You know what, though? I think the way that you led into this, that you had never heard it before, has me more shook than even if you gave it a 2 record. Like, I'm so just not like, you're not a normal person who didn't hear this song. You are Chris and Dave who've not heard this song, which blows my mind for the popularity of it.
That's Minister Christian. I'm just kidding. Pastor Chris.
Pastor Chris here.
Yeah. So I'm going to cut right to it. My record rating for this is 3 records. I give it a 3 records.
All right.
It's not, I didn't particularly fall in love with the song. But I appreciate it for what it is. I think the lyrics are very sweet, and I do love the 2 of their voices together. I think they are very good together. I think their voices blend well together. I just didn't like the song. Sorry.
It's okay.
But it's not.
That's okay.
But I'm not going to give it 2 records because I don't think it's worthy of it. It's not a 2 record song because I don't feel like, right? We usually, 1 is a dumpster fire, 2 is like I'm basically throwing it into a dumpster. Like 3 is like, I'm not going to throw it into the dumpster. I'm just going to leave it here. Like, just going to leave it here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You're putting it on the shelf.
Right. I'm putting it on the shelf. I'm not throwing it away. It's just going to stay here and collect dust.
You've did it. You've done it. Like, you're good. You heard it.
Like a hoarder. It's just going to sit there.
It's going to be so funny is you're going to be in stores. You're going to go to your next wedding. You're going to hear this song all over the place now.
Yeah.
All right,
I know. That's what's going to happen.
I received that. It's okay.
Yeah. All right. So some quick comments here. Ian go. It made number 2 in Australia.
Makes sense. All
right. Dave Mattingly, the popularity of a song has no bearing on me as an inherently unpopular dude.
I don't believe that at first. Second, Dave.
Ian, Chris is a Beatles fan. Have you heard the John Farman power ballad reworking of their hit Help? Amazing. I have not. I would love to hear it though. I love hearing reimaginings and reworkings. I always find them very interesting. So I will check that out. Thank you, Ian, for the recommendation. I will have to definitely look at that.
Great comments coming in. Keep them coming. We love it. It adds to the show. So keep us happy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. And if you want to join in on the fun, if you're listening to the recorded or replay version of this, come join us. I know it's early for some of you. Monday mornings at 8:15 a.m. right here on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook are the 3 places that we stream the show live. So if you want to be part of the comments and chime in and let your voice be heard live, this is the time to do it. Mondays at 8:15 a.m. Join us. All right. So before we dive into our next bit, right, we're going to take a very, very, very quick little break and talk about our friends over at campsite.bio. Campsite.bio has just been an amazing supporter and partner of our show. We absolutely love the fact that they're a sponsor of the show. And not only just a sponsor, right, but we Amanda and I are actually very active users and clients of theirs. It's always important to us that the people that we always have on the show, as far as sponsors go, are folks that we actually work with and use and can really get behind their product. And campsite.bio is right up there. Amanda, we talk about this all the time, right? And especially you, right? Now that you've got 2.5 million views on TikTok, and I see your follower count going up, right?
Yes.
That space, that one little space that they give you to put a link in is really important, right? That's super important.
Yeah.
And
it was super fun because we often don't get to, while we say, yes, we use campsite.bio and we have it in our stuff. It was super fun for me to screenshot that and be like, man, this placement for our sponsor on my TikTok profile was so great that every person who was coming to my profile was seeing that. And I felt like we were able to give a little something back to such an amazing supporter of our show. So it was just super fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you are looking for basically, the ultimate link in bio too, and being able to create your space on the web, campsite.bio has all the tools you need to do that. And, by the way, I also just recommended this to somebody, and I think I actually recommended this to you too. But okay, so here's another way that campsite.bio works really well. You don't have a website, right? So say you don't have a personal website for you, or you're in the process of getting one up. Well, I'm not saying campsite.bio should be your website, but it is an awesome, replacement for it. So and listen, we're in a world right now, everybody has multiple links. You have your social media links, LinkedIn, email, you have an online store, content you're creating, all those things. You can put it all in one place and direct traffic right to it. So your followers, your customers, your clients, your prospects, anybody, campsite.bio allows you to do that, gives you all the tools to integrate as well. So if you're deep into marketing and analytics, you will get that. You can download it for free, test it out for yourself. Don't take our word for it. I mean, we are active users and we love it. I use it for 5 brands I work with. Amanda uses it for her and her shows. Yep. We've been able to talk to a lot of the folks that we work with and talk to, but honestly, you got to try it for yourself. Download it for free, give it a try. And if you like it, use the code in the description below to get $10 off your pro plan, because a pro plan is what really lets you get more of the integrations and the deeper analytics and more of the customization and the features that truly make campsite.bio great. Campsite.bio, a blazing fast bio link made your way. Join over 200,000 creators, agencies, and brands already on campsite.bio. Stay in control of your branding to create a bio link that matches you. Download it for free today. Use the link in our notes and the coupon code to get $10 off your pro plan. So check out campsite.bio. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Now back to our regular scheduled programming. Let's talk about
to our show.
Chris's second song to me, which was the Daddy-Daughter Dance. Oh. And so Chris sends me, "You've got a friend," but he did not put by who. And so I immediately was like, hey, like Toy Story?
Yeah, which is a great song, by the way. I love that version. And I go, ooh, I forgot, because sometimes I often forget there's more than one version of this song. Yeah.
He's like, no, Carole King, Amanda. I was like, that makes more sense. I mean, sure. For a wedding, of course, it would be Carole King's version. Listen, I just got to jump right into this.
Jump right in. Go ahead.
It's great. It's amazing. It's a classic. She does such an amazing delivery. I ain't got much more to say about it than it's a 5-record song all stinking day long.
Wow.
What more can you say about it? I just got to go right to the chase here because it's so amazing. And the message is so great. The lyrics are phenomenal. Her presentation and delivery of it is just beautiful. And I could picture you dancing with one of your girls to the song. Now, we've already discussed it probably may not be the song that they choose.
It won't be the songs in my head, but
Right. But nonetheless,
but I will submit them for approval.
Of course, for consideration, right?
Right, for consideration.
And so I could see that in my head. So, based on just how classic a song it was and how I can envision that moment for you and your girls, I just think it's 5 records. And I hope more people will use this as a daddy-daughter song because what a moment.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at the lyrics as, like friend, but I look at the lyrics too as, I think that is the great thing about music and song lyrics is like, artists have the way they write it and where it comes from and their interpretation of it. But what's great is that, and oftentimes your artists say, well, it's open for your interpretation. And I think that a song like this and the lyrics that are in there are very, I think just flexible to different relationships you have in life, whether it's really a friend or family or whatever. Like I feel like that the lyrics work in all those ways. And I feel like this is one of these songs that truly does it. And I know that, listen, if you're going to go by hit versions, the James Taylor version of the song is the one that actually was a hit. However, this is Carole King's song. Carole King, as you know, one of the most famous songwriters of our generation.
So talented.
Basically wrote many of the classic songs from the 50s and 60s as part of the the songwriting factory back in the day. And then finally, with some encouragement from friends, went and finally said, I'm going to make a record of the songs that I've written and some other songs, and which we have is Tapestry, which is a record for me that I hold near and dear because it's a record I grew up on in my household, released in 1971. I remember being very young and this record always being on in the house. So much so that I've actually gone through like 2 copies of this record myself, wearing it out. It is a timeless record for me. Every song on here is just truly amazing. It's a perfect record. I agree. It's a 5 out of 5, like all day long. And this song is just, I just feel like it's sweet. What's funny is that, the whole James Taylor, Carole King relationship, these guys have been friends forever. James Taylor plays guitar on this song, on this version. It was actually funny that this version came. So James Taylor's version came out as a single in 1971, became a huge hit, went all the way to number 1 in the US. And in July, it hit number 4 in the UK. Tapestry was first released, but Taylor was a much bigger star than King. And in the spring of 1971, they toured together with King opening for Taylor, which I love that. Like, can you imagine the two of them playing together every night like that? This song was never a hit for Carole King since she didn't release it as a single. James Taylor got there first, but her Tapestry album was a smash, spending 15 weeks at number 1 in the United States and 302 weeks. That's 6 years on the chart, making it the longest charting album by any female solo artist. The album reached the top spot on June 19th. So by the time Taylor's version of her song reached number 1, her album had already been at the top for 6 weeks. Amazing. Truly amazing. Yeah. Absolutely love it. So I would absolutely submit the song for consideration to my girls. One of them, whichever one gets married first or whatever. So I would say this song, and there's another song too, which is also on the list, which I feel like is a very given, right? I feel like it's a very popular song, but I absolutely adore the song, and that's Landslide, Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks. Not that I do like the Smashing Pumpkins version, but the Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac version is the ultimate version to go with. And that song is just absolutely beautiful. So that would be another song I would submit for consideration, which I feel like might be a better chance. But the thing is, you can't use it for both. Like once it's used, right? It's burned. It's so then the other, so we'll have to see. I'll have to choose carefully.
Absolutely. And I feel like Butterfly Kisses was so overdone.
Oh, it's so overdone.
It's so overdone. And I'm not
talk about
downplaying
long songs too.
Yes. And I don't know that any dad and daughter want to dance for forever.
No. And I got to be honest with you, I'm not a Butterfly Kisses fan. It's not.
No, it's and that's not the kind of relationship I have with my dad.
No, it's not the kind of relationship I have with my girls either. Like it's fine. And if you do, and that's the song, hey, great, awesome. It's just not. It's again speaking from our experiences. That's not the song that I would choose, nor do I even kind of enjoy that song. But
where
it's not about me, right?
Right. And you've got a friend. I feel like that just is more fitting because for moms, moms will always say, "I'm not your friend, I'm your mother."
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit more flexibility for dads to be more of that friend. Like, mom just said no to this. And dads give a little bit more like, well, maybe you do it this way. Maybe you can get a yes. Like there's moms ultimately, I feel like always have the final say, but dads can be that friend and almost work on the daughter's side or with the son's side and kind of help progress on things. So I just think this has a lot of fun, meaning to it. So great choice.
Yeah, thank you very much. So I got 5 record on this song. So
5
you hear that,
records.
everybody? If you're struggling to find that song to dance with to your
Mhm.
father,
Mhm.
or if the father wants to submit a song for consideration, you got a friend, Carole King. Don't underestimate the power of this song.
No, and I just think it's so basic with what it's trying to say that it
It
makes it a
really is.
win.
Yeah, it's very straightforward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a good placeholder, if
Right.
nonetheless. So perfect.
Right.
Perfect.
All right. Perfect. All right. So your song to me for
Mhm.
Daddy Daughter Dance was Carried Me With You, Brandi Carlile, which I love that you picked this song because I really liked the Disney film Onward. So this was written for Onward, Disney Pixar film. And if you have not seen Onward yet, please go watch it. It is so great. And if you don't, have a tear in your eye by the time you get to the
Mhm.
end, you're not a human. So you must watch
He
this.
said what
It
he
is
said.
fun. Yeah, I said what I said. um, it is a great movie, but the song is really good. It's very cute.
Mhm.
It's I like that you picked this song because this would not have been on my radar for this, but it's very good. So basically, Brandi Carlile, as I said, wrote this song for Onward, and she wrote this with her frequent collaborators of Phil and Tim Hainsworth. And she is this is coming from songfacts.com, a big fan of Pixar films. Carlisle is enthusiastic about the life lessons that her 2 little girls, Evangeline and Elijah, will take from her song. She says, this is a profound sentiment for a kid's film. She shared, this thing has weight to it, and that's right up my alley. That's the kind of thing I want my kids to have to try and wrap their heads around. So I think this is a really cute song. I mean, the song, the movie itself, right? If you don't know what the movie's about, here's a little
Mhm.
synopsis of Onward. Maybe my synopsis will get you to go watch it. So, set in a suburban fantasy world, Onward tells a story of 2 teenage elf brothers, by the way, who set out on a quest to find a wizard staff that will bring back their deceased father for 24 hours. Carlo explained that Disney and Pixar came to her asking her if she could write a song about a bond between 2 brothers. Carried Me With You is a song about not taking love for granted, accepting love even when you don't feel like you deserve it. So, I mean, there it is. That sums it up, man. And I'm going to tell you, Brandi Carlile, first of all, I think more than any artist over the last 3 years you've shared songs with me, I think Brandi Carlile takes the cake.
I'm positive she does.
Yeah,
And I was so happy I could
once a
sneak her
month,
in.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just love her so much.
Yeah, I know you're a very, very big Brandi Carlile fan, and I do find a lot of her music to be very good. I wouldn't say I'm a giant Brandi Carlile fan, but there's definitely a lot of songs you have shared with me over the years that I've found to really enjoy. And I remember this song in the film, and I don't even know if I realized it was Brandi Carlile. I just was like, oh, this is a really good song. So then we were sent it to me, and I'm like, oh, I know this song. This is from Onward. I was excited. So it's a cool little song. I'll play a little snippet of it here. So if anybody's not heard this song, I highly recommend it. Check it out.
I'll be your wheels, I'll be the road. I'll see us through.
I think perfect for this movie, by the way.
For love and loss until the end.
Perfect for this movie.
'Cause you carried me with you.
Great song.
From the highest of the peaks.
Her delivery on all of her songs are just so good.
Yeah, I enjoy this song. I think it's good. I think that it's got a good danceable pace to it. I could see myself dancing to this with my sway. It's kind of like my moves are like the back and forth, and maybe turn around a little bit. But I am not a dancer, so. But I think I could get down to the song for sure. I know it's a cool tune. I like it. I mean, it's a good fun song. I don't know if it's 5 records for me, but I'm gonna put it up there as a 4 record song.
Okay.
This would be on my list of considered songs to submit for approval. I think if I had a list of 10 songs, because I think I'd have to submit a list of 10 songs. I'm thinking. To the girls, depending on who or gets married, and we're talking about this, I go, here's my list. Here's 10 songs. Here's the top 2 would be the most important, but all 10 of these songs are acceptable. to dance to for the father-daughter dance. So I think I would consider putting this on there.
I like it.
It's a good song. I didn't think about it in a way that you're putting this, because once again, I'm thinking of the two brothers and all that. But
right. Yeah.
once again, subjective interpretation of certain songs. I mean, the lyrics are very good. So
and my dad,
play it.
If I were to get married over again and there would be a reception, like not to somebody else, to Marcus again, and this song would have been around when we got married. Let me clarify. I said it so wrong. This would have been a very appropriate song for my dad and I, because like I wouldn't, I don't want it to be an emotional song. I want it to be more of that, the happy and that type of feeling, not the butterfly kisses. That's again not my dad and I's relationship. We never did a butterfly kiss in our life. I mean, that seems so awkward.
Yeah, it seems awkward. I don't know.
It seems awkward. And I get my mom and dad hugs and kisses all the time. We are a very affectionate hug and kissing family.
Yes,
but not like
too.
The butterfly kiss kind of huggy kissy family.
We're not butterfly kiss kind of people.
No. So this song I just thought was really great. So I accept your rating. Thank you.
Yeah. You are welcome. I mean, listen, the lyrics of the song, I mean, like this, like a lighthouse in a storm, you're always guiding me. Yeah, it's true. You carried me with you from the day it all began. Yeah, you were there, took my hand. It's just like, what great lyrics, It really hits. It hits. I mean, it goes on and on. So check this song out, by the way. Once again, you can check out all the songs that we talk about on our Spotify playlist, the Song Swap Showdown 2023 playlist. You can also use the link in the description below to listen to that. All the songs we have discussed on the show since the start of 2023. This song's on there. Watch the movie. It is a good movie. It is a good movie.
It's cute. Super cute.
Yeah, it was very cute. Dave Mattingly checking with, my favorite Brandi Carlile songs are Dreams, Raise Hell, and Wherever Is Your Heart.
Man, I love all of her music. I have not found a song that I have not liked of her. She's great. If I could ever meet her in real life, oh my goodness. That would be so special.
Dave Mattingly, I just saw this one. The late Mrs. and I met at a theater. We got married there on stage. Our friends did a song and dance number as opening acts. That's beautiful.
I love that so much. How beautiful.
Dave.
What do you have video of that?
Oh, that would be amazing.
I mean, to be able to look back, because when I talk about if I really wanted to see my wedding video, I would find a VCR to play it. But to me, I'm like, it's boring. There's nothing to actually like see from it.
Right.
Now that is worth like watching.
Absolutely.
That is so special, Dave. I love that, Dave.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you for sharing. Jinx. All right.
Yeah.
So your third and final song to me was The Reception. Let's kick this dancing off.
Let's kicking the party off. And this was hard. This was hard. And I've heard a lot of kickoff songs. Most I think are boring and not very good. That they do. But
I feel like he's setting the stage for my third song.
No, I actually like your third song.
Oh, good.
I felt like that was a very smart pick. And I know, thinking about it from a DJ's point of view, like DJ, it's all in a DJ. When you get to the reception, it's all about the DJ or the band.
They are on. That's their moment to shine.
Right. You are there to get the party going. Like you've got to partay. This is it. People want to dance. Feet. They want to have fun. Yeah, they're on their feet. When people don't dance at a party, people aren't looking at the bride and groom. They're looking at the band or the DJ. So spotlight is on you to get that party going.
So true.
So this is an important song to get it going. I had a very big list for this, and I finally just like, you know what? I gotta take a chance. I'm going with this because I feel like this is a good one. It's a good sing along. Anyway, Amanda Sharp, I yield to you. Sorry,
so
I had a campaign.
So you chose Raise Your Glass by Pink. All right. I never heard that song before.
Wow.
I know. But
are you so like your reaction to not hearing that song is the same as like me not having heard don't know much. I don't know that I don't know if it's on the same level. I think it is on the same level. I mean, it's okay, go ahead.
And so I know a lot of Pink's most popular songs, but I've never in my entire life picked like a Pink radio station on Spotify or Pandora. Never. It's just because she's not my style that I'm going to listen. Probably I should now. But when you sent this and I listened to it, and to be fair, I feel like when it's such a fun tune, but I feel like the lyrics are just complete silliness. Like they are just rhyming almost. It is with the intent to raise your glass, have fun, let's just sing. And it made me think, I'm like, I think Pink could be singing the ABCs, and that's all it would take to get people on their feet dancing at a reception, because she just sounds like a party. When she sings, it sounds like a party.
Yeah.
And so I think choosing Pink was a great pick, and the song almost becomes secondary to her effect that she has on people. You just get up and you feel empowered. You probably feel confident to actually get on a dance floor when most people might be a little insecure, because especially the first dance, someone's got to be the first one to get out there. And Pink is just like empowering, like, and she's like, it's like she'd be shoving people out on that floor through this song or any of her songs.
Right.
That seems like a lot of like talking to get to the point that I'm making.
No, I think I think you're building your case. You're building your case.
So I think it was very smart. It was very strategic. I think this was great. I don't think I've ever heard a Pink song that didn't sound like Pink. Do you know of a song that didn't sound like Pink? Like she just has such that unique, like how you said, like when Brandi was singing that song and you were watching the movie, you didn't even realize it was Brandi Carlile. Where there's no way you're not going to know Pink.
Yeah, I think Pink is just she's got a very distinct voice, and I just, I don't know. I find her to be like one of the most talented, like if you're gonna call her a pop singer, which she's a lot of pop song, but she's got such an amazing range. I feel like Pink can sing anything that she wants. She could sing pop stuff, she could sing rock, she could sing soft, beautiful I think she's amazing. I really do. I think she's an amazing singer. Very talented. So talented.
Person. And I'll have to say, this is completely off track, but I've been seeing a lot of TikToks in reels that have her in it, say on like the Kelly Clarkson show, or what's her name? The girl who was in E.T., the little girl. Gosh, why can't I think of her name? She has a show now. Thank you. Oh my gosh. She has a show now. And so Pink's been on there a lot, and she'll bring Willow, her daughter. And I think she mothers and respects her daughter's space to be either in the spotlight or not, similar to how I respect Owen not wanting to be in any kind of social media and stuff like that. And so I think getting to know her on that more personal level, if we can say that, through those videos, I've actually respected and liked her even more.
Yeah, I think, and I just brought up the comment there from Ian saying that, Pink is also popular with a lot of age groups too. And I think that is very true. She's a little transcendent that way. She crosses over a lot. And I think that whether, the different, wherever you are age wise, Pink definitely relates to a lot of people, which I think is also really good. And I think that's also another testament to her popularity and the style of music that she makes, that like pretty much anybody can get into her, which I think is very cool. I mean, I think this is just a hole-in-one song. It's an ace song. And I think it's a good way. So if you've never heard Raise Your Glass by Pink, here's a quick little snippet of Raise Your Glass.
You know, at this moment, people have a glass of something.
Oh yeah.
And they're raising their glass. I mean,
remember, you're at a wedding.
Yes, you're pumping it up. You are all the stuff. But again, the lyrics I find rather like nonsense, but I think it's almost more clever that way. I think it's so great. So I'm hesitant to give it this rating, but I think based on the episode we're doing, I think it's fair. Where if we would have did this song on another playlist, just like us talking about songs, I probably would have let it land in at a 4. But because of the strategy in which it's being used for this purpose, I'm going to give it a 5.
Oh my God. You just gave me 2 5 records in one show.
5s. I think strategically they were very, very good choices. You brought your choices to the stage today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This song was number 1 in the UK, by the way. I'm sorry, number 1 in the US and number 13 in the UK. Yep. This was off of, funny enough, Because oftentimes I will say that a lot of times artists release greatest hits records and they'll do a couple tracks. They're usually honestly, they're usually throwaway tracks. They're usually tracks that didn't make the full records, and they're like B-sides. They're kind of laying around a little bit, you know, or maybe it's like an early version of a working song, like whatever it is. They usually are just on there just to go, oh, get the greatest hits and featuring 2 new tracks. This was off of Pink's greatest hits so far record. And it's one of 2 new tracks that she made for specifically for the greatest hits. And his song was like, basically she said that Pink explained to Alex James on the UK-based radio show In Demand that this song is a celebration for those who felt left out from the popular crowd. I had been on the road for 2 years and I hadn't written anything, and I wanted to write a new song about underdogs. Instead of going over and becoming over a cover girl, an endorsement girl, and popular girl for having number ones, I kind of just hit the road and pounded the pavement and became a touring artist. You don't have to be popular when you're a touring artist. You just have to be good. And this is just a celebration and a thank you. So I thought that was a really cool
synopsis.
Yeah, of like her mindset, like doing the song. And it's like, so this song, like, basically, she hasn't recorded in a while, cuts this song and another song for the greatest hits, and the song becomes a number 1 hit. This was her 3rd number 1 hit.
That's excellent. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I always enjoy hearing the randomness of success sometimes.
Yeah. So
it's good on her. Song. I think she's just so talented. I'll be curious to see how long she chooses to stay grinding, because it's hard. It's hard, especially for women. So, and it's not like she is, and I might be delivering what I'm trying to say incorrectly when I say this, but she is talent that takes a lot of strength to perform. She's a belter. She like probably physically is exhausted after a show. It's a little different than someone else who's more of that laid back folky singer who it just paces differently. Like I think Pink probably, it takes a huge toll on her body after a tour.
Well, yeah. And also, you know, if anybody ever seen her live stuff, she's very physical. She does a lot of dancing. She does like basically like comes in off of like things that she flies around. Like it's a very intense live show. So
and
she puts her all into it, man. She really does. She puts on a great show. She gives the people their money's worth.
Absolutely. I agree. I love it. So 5 records, Chris. You got 2 5 records.
And I know I could have gotten with her other one, which was Get the Party Started, because that's another huge Pink song, which is also played. But I said, you know, Raise Your Glass to me is such a good like party song, and you know, Raise Your Glass to the Bride and Groom, all that stuff. And so, not that to Get This Party Started shouldn't also be played during the 4 hours of the reception, but I think this is a good like kickoff.
Well, anyway. And let's get the party started. Like that's such a typical one that people hear all the time. Yeah, so like to hear something a little fresh and a little different, but Pink still was really fun for me. So I just appreciated your recommendation. Great. Well done.
Thank you for the 5 records. So all right, so your last song to me, which also fulfills the category of reception songs that get the party started, they kick it off, get everybody rocking and rolling, get everybody dancing, is the classic by the Contours, Do You Love Me? Now I'll cut to the chase too. I'm gonna cut to the chase.
Let's cut it.
And I feel like we've talked about this song very recently as well, but I'm gonna say it again. This is a 5 record song.
Boom.
It's a 5 record song, and because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you watch Dirty Dancing,
right,
you can't help but think of Dirty Dancing, which is a fantastic movie, by the way.
It's so classic.
If you've never seen Dirty Dancing, but this song is in there, and it's just great, and it's just, man, what a fun song. I mean, and I will say, just about every wedding I've ever been to is like this song comes up, and it gets everybody moving. Even the little kids will get up there and start like, you know, doing moves and kind of dancing and everything like that. So I think it's just great. I mean, there's a great story about this song too, which is like basically, you know, this song was released and written in 1962, right? And I think we talked about this, but basically the song was written by Motown president Berry Gordy, who wrote it for the Temptations, but they failed to arrive for the recording session. At the same time, but in a different Motown studio, the Contours arrived to record It Must Be Love. But Gordy had other ideas and asked them to cut Do You Love Me instead. The song became one of Motown's first hits. It's sexy sound standing out among more tame offering on the charts, which were dominated by artists like Neil Sedaka and the Four Seasons. The song peaked in popularity just as Motown launched their first Motown Review tour to showcase the acts. And what's great about this is that Dirty Dancing came out in 1988. So this song was re-released 26 years after its original recording. And that time it charted number 11 on the Billboard chart. So it recharted. So originally it charted at number 3 in 1962, and then recharted again at number 11 when it appeared in Dirty Dancing. So, and once again, that scene, them dancing, them going, it's just great. So I think in the scheme, once again, of dance party songs to get the party going at a wedding, this is right up there, man. This is a 5-song record. So if you've never heard Do You Love Me by the Contours, which I don't know who hasn't, but if you haven't, here's a little bit.
And the beginning is so iconic, where it brings you into, builds you up to dancing. And you can dance. I think why little kids love this song, because to your point, Chris, like it draws the little babies out. I think it's because they can just wiggle.
Yeah, and all little kids do that, like, where it's just kind of like moving their butt and they're just,
they're just wiggling. Yeah. And
exactly.
So they feel it. I like that 5 record rating. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think that it is. It really is a great dance song. And even to like Ian's point, like saying, Pink is very generational, like old generation. I think this song recorded in 1962. Here we are, 2023. It's still being played at weddings. People still get out there and dance. Yeah. And the song itself is just awesome. But obviously, if you've seen Dirty Dancing, then it's like boom, you go right to that scene of like, you want to have dance, you want to party, you want to have a good time, and the song I think embodies all those things. It embodies all those things. So was Dave Mattingly's checking in with a here. Do You Love Me would have sounded very different as the Temptations. Like, oh yeah.
It probably would have been successful in its own right, but it wouldn't have been this. It wouldn't have been in Dirty Dancing, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. It's it would be interesting to have heard what the Temptations version would have been like. Yeah, but I don't know if it would have had like this, like that thing that the Contours do.
No, it would have been smoother, not as edgy, I think. And I'm probably using the wrong words to describe that, but you get my point when I'm saying that out loud. What a great song. Man, this was fun, Chris. I love our Mondays really together and us just talking about music and sharing all the stories that come along with it. And I really love that our listeners deem it worthy enough to be listening to as well.
Yes, 100%. We're so happy that people actually put up with our nonsense and listen to the show. And we really do appreciate everybody who hangs out with us here on the live feed and comments. Thank you, Dave and Ian, for commenting today, and Mark for checking in. And anybody else out there that was checking out the live feed and didn't comment. We do appreciate you. So thanks for having some fun with us. And I hope that for those of you that are catching the replay of this, wherever you get podcasts. And also, by the way, even though we do the video versions and you can see it on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube also has podcasts now as well. And these episodes are marked as podcasts. So if you're discovering us via the new YouTube podcast tab and all that, well, thank you so much. And make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. That way you get notified every time we drop a new episode of the show, and hit that little bell too so you get notified. And of course, if you're listening to this on any podcast platform, you want to hit the follow button. Hit that follow button. Those little actions actually make a huge difference for the life of a content creator, because it really helps not only you get notified when we get a new show, but it also does help others discover the show. And that's what we want to do. We just want to have fun with other people discovering the show and share some laughs with us and some stories. And as we sit here and we talk about music and share songs with one another. But and also too, I do want to add that whether it's us or anybody else, please make sure any content, other content creators that you follow and enjoy their content, support them by hitting that subscribe or follow button, or consider donating to their Patreon or buy me a coffee or whatever it is. Because you know what? We all do this for love and for fun and passion, but you know, there are bills to pay. So you can also show your support that way as well.
Boom.
Amanda, anything else?
This is just a fun episode. And Ian came in with a suggestion. Are you going to do a perfect song to celebrate moms on Mother's Day? And I love how you said mums. Mums. I love that. I think I wrote that down as I read that comment.
Yeah.
That I think we're definitely going to do an episode about that. Now, Ian, my question would be, do you celebrate Mother's Day with being in Australia the same day as we do here in the States? Or is it a different day? Because I don't think that that's globally. I think it's, I think like in the UK, it's a different day for Mother's Day than it is here in the States. So let us know. Send us a message or leave us a comment on our video here and let us know, because we'll try and plan it a little bit different. We can do it a little early or a little, we'll figure out the timing.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
As we always do.
But I like that idea. Thank you. That's a great idea. And of course, make sure if you want to stay up to date on everything, we do release content all throughout the week, by the way. So follow us on our social accounts on Instagram and TikTok at Song Swap Showdown. Of course, yes, make sure you do follow us on YouTube, because we do release special video content there, as well as music video reactions and highlights from the show. So make sure you follow us over there. And also, if you want to join our community, free community, it's over on Facebook. It's our Facebook group. If you like Facebook or hate Facebook, whatever, but if you want to be part of the community that's going on, feel free to join us there over on the Song Swap Showdown backstage group. Once again, all these links are available in the notes, the show notes, the description, all those great things. So with all that, thank you all so much for hanging out with us today. We really do appreciate you. We really do. We love that you guys all make the time to hang out with us. And thank you, everybody, for listening to the show and supporting. And Ian is saying second Sunday in May, by the way.
Thank you for confirming.
Thank you. Thank you, Ian.
Quickly writing it down.
Yeah, quickly write that down. Make note. But yes, we will do we will work on doing a Mother's Day episode for sure. To. And any other show suggestions, let us know. Let us know. Email us over at info@songswapshowdown.com, or once again, join the group, the Facebook group. It's completely free. Let us know in there what other shows, what other themes you would like Amanda and I to explore as we swap songs with each other on a weekly basis, and love doing it, and are on 3 seasons of the show. And by the way, Amanda, real quick before we officially sign off, we're in the 80s on episodes, by the way. I think we're at like episodes like 83 or 84 at total episodes so far. So that 100 is coming. It's coming.
That is so
100 episodes coming
bravo
soon.
to us, because this is live and life happens. And so for us to be getting those counts, we like that. So
we're getting there. So also let us know, what should we do for our 100th episode coming up in many weeks from now. But not too early to start planning.
No, it'll be this year in 2023. So we got to start planning.
That's right. That's right. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. And we will see you next time on Chris and Amanda's Song Swap Showdown. Everybody have an amazing week.
Bye, everyone.
Get notified every single time we drop a new episode of Chris and Amanda's Song Swap Showdown. Just hit that follow button wherever you get your podcasts. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor of the show, please use the email address in our show notes and we'll get right back to you. And last but not least, please feel free to follow us over on our social accounts on Instagram and TikTok at Song Swap Showdown, or join our ever-growing community in our Facebook group by using the link in our show notes. Thanks for listening.